some dark creature, almost like a shadow creature, mysterious, that hunts you.
The spider was freakish, don't get me wrong, the butcher also is, but I think this one is a bit more of a disturbing, otherworldly creature.
Gameplay-wise, he's a little bit more complex and a little bit more pushed than the spider or the butcher.
He'll dictate the fight, so he'll come to you and you have to be prepared for when he does.
My take was just to make him as real as possible. The references were obviously insects, mummies and emaciated humans, and mud, like a lot of mud actually. Yeah, I have a big folder with just people covered in mud.
I will take the concept and I work up a white box model so we can lock down the feel of the character. As we go through the process, we sort of merge the idea of what the model should look like with what games design would like it to be. This is the actual model in-game with the textures. So these spirals here where the bugs are running up him. There's these lanes here where bugs are running down his arms. He's very much a VFX heavy character, so Victor did the particles, did a good job there. He can now disappear and reappear into a puddle of insects, which is quite cool. This is the weak spot of the character, which is the chest area. So the idea was to make sure that we drive the player's attention towards this weak spot. So if I want to make it more bloody in areas, I can add more into it, make it more glossy and more disgusting. You have to look at some pretty horrific reference. I think at the beginning it was a little bit shocking, but after being in development for a couple of years, I'm kind of used to it now.
From a gameplay point of view, what makes him the most interesting is he's very, very active. He's fast like the spider and he's as physical as the butcher.
He'll kind of lure you to a position and then he'll just come and attack you very quickly, out of nowhere. He can come off the walls, he can come out of the floor, he can divide himself up. In a way, he's kind of hunting the player as much as they are hunting him.
This boss offers quite a different challenge. His movement's completely different, so you'll see that he'll only appear when he makes himself vulnerable, so you can't just run and gun basically. You can still hurt him, but it's not the most viable tactic as it is with the other bosses. We have some cool tools in CryEngine where we can generate nav meshes in these compounds, and then he will use this and information about yourself to find you. This is the floor that he uses to find paths, so if we say, hey, move to this position over here, he will try and use this blue path. And then on the walls, if the assassin wants to pick a point over here, he can come off this blue nav mesh, go up the green one, and then find a path all the way up here. He has his behavior tree, which dictates what he should do and when he should do it. That is quite a difficult one because he also wants to dictate the fight himself. So he'll move around the compound, try and move around you, try and get you from different angles. It's quite challenging, like technically, but I think it turned out quite well.
Knowing that the community is asking for a boss for so long, I mean, the pressure was big and we felt it. And it's not like we didn't want to make a boss, but priorities. And we did, I think, a good job at keeping the hunt mentality and try to add something that we didn't have before in our previous bosses.
Achieved with CryEngine.